your practice. So our modern world often overemphasizes a rounding forward, a drawing in, a constricting, whether we're driving quite a bit or we're hunched over a computer, hunched over our phones, we're sitting a lot to work or office job, etc. And so we can start to physically draw in on ourselves, but we can also start to mentally and emotionally kind of draw in. We start to kind of wither a little bit and curl inward rather than shining out all of the wonders of our gifts that we have to offer the world, and our confidence as well. And so this practice will help us to physically feel a little more spacious, a little more uplifted in the physical body. We'll get into movements and explorations to look at the front of the body, opening up the sides of the body as well as into the back space, which will then translate to another level, whether it be energetic or emotional, mental level, of helping us to feel a little more uplifted in our mentality, in our attitude, feeling a sense of confidence and ease in the body, feeling a little more open to ourselves and what we have to offer the world, and open to others around us. And so whatever level you're working on today, whether it's simply, hey, I'm feeling physically hunched over and constricted, or feeling like energetically I need a little bit of an uplift, a little bit of confidence and opening to myself and also the world around me. We'll work on both of those levels, all right? So a couple of props you might like to have. You can certainly have a chair if you'd like to do the seated postures in a chair. I like to have a firm blanket or a cushion to sit on, just so it makes sitting less effortful, because we are trying to counter this rounding, and so having a prop can often help us to lift up a little taller with a little more ease. If you have other props that you appreciate, whether yoga blocks or strap, whatever, cushion, then please grab that as well, okay? But we're gonna actually start seated. And so sit in a comfortable position. I like cross-legged. You're welcome to sit on the shins or sit again in a chair, just so where you feel that you can sit up tall without much effort, all right? So the low back is lifted, the shoulders draw back and down, okay? And we'll just take a few moments here to notice how we're feeling. And if you're taking this practice, you're probably feeling a little tight and in certain areas, a little hunched, a little constricted. And so be aware of that and open to that, all right? Take this as information rather than judgment on who you are, okay? So we may feel the tightness in the hip flexors. We may feel some low back pain. We may feel some neck strain or hunching in the shoulders. And so be open to that information so that we know how we're feeling now. And then as we move through the practice, we can do so intelligently and also notice how we feel, how much better we feel after practice. So take in that information, and as you're sitting here, begin to let your breath become a little more easy. So if you can access the space between the ribs and the hips, maybe start to allow the breath to go a little deeper down into those spaces as you inhale, and soften as you exhale. And keep coming back to that easy breath, all right? No effort in the breath, let it be easy. And from here, we can have our hands on our knees, and as we inhale, we lift the chin just ever so gently, feeling a stretch on the front of the neck and the chest. And as we exhale, we dip the chin towards the chest, feeling maybe that stretch at the back of the neck and between the shoulder blades. So simple lift, we're not dumping the head back, we're lifting the chin, feeling that stretch on the front of the neck, and then feeling that stretch behind us as we lower the chin. Keep going 1 or 2 more times. Next time the chin comes to the chest, go ahead and keep it there. Lift the chest up into the chin. And then draw your chin over your right shoulder. You can lift the gaze, feel that stretch along the side of the neck. And as you exhale, draw the chin back to the chest. Move the chin over to that left shoulder and lift the gaze, a little stretch. And then exhale, move the chin back to the chest. And moving back and forth like that a few times. Letting this feel good in the body. So you've done an equal amount to both sides. Bring the chin back to the chest, and then go ahead and lift your chin level with the floor. Roll the shoulders a little bit, shake out the fingers. Uncross and recross the legs if they were crossed. As you inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. As you exhale, twist towards your right. So let one hand come behind you, one hand across the body. It doesn't need to be super effortful. We're just getting a little sensation of a twist. And then come back through center, reach the arms up, lengthen your spine, and then twist the other direction. You can turn your head over that back shoulder. Just let the breath be easy. Come back through center. We'll take that one more time to each side. So lifting and then twisting. And coming back through center. And last side here to the left. Reach the arms up. This time side bend to your right. Place that right hand to the floor or to the edge of your chair if you're sitting on the chair. Push down and then reach up. Let this left hip get heavy. So you're moving the hip away from the arm here, a little side stretch. And then let the breath fan through that left side of the body. So you're spreading between the ribs here, getting a little space along that side body. And then other side, lift up and over. Left hand pushes down, and from that support, reach up and over, side bend. Breathing into that right side, all the way down to the hip. And as you exhale, soften the shoulders. And we'll move back and forth like that. So inhale through center, side bend to your right. Inhale through center, exhale, side bend to your left. Just letting it feel good in the body. So the movements don't need to be complicated in order to have benefit. We don't often move like this in daily life, and so this can feel good and novel, all right, to do something a little different. Once you've done an equal amount to both sides, come back through center. Go ahead and place the hands on the knees or on the shins. And as you inhale, lift your chest, a little lift in the chin like we did earlier. Exhale, round your spine, round your shoulders. So inhale, lift your chest, rock forward on your pelvis. Exhale, round your spine, round your shoulders. And keep going just like that. So again, let this feel good. You're flexing and extending through the spine here. Offering some space around and between the vertebrae here. Last couple rounds. And when you're ready to find a neutral spine, sit right over top of your sit bones. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down, and just notice, just with those few simple movements, if you could get a little deeper breath, if you feel a little more space or room around within the torso along the spine. Great. And now we'll stand up. So take your time to find a standing position. Just nice, easy stance. Go ahead and widen the feet here. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Let your fingers be soft. Really roll the shoulders up towards the ears. Squeeze the shoulders way back behind you, and then round forward. So go way back behind you. Squeeze the shoulders behind you. Getting a little engagement in between the shoulders there, and then switch directions. Really going back as far as you go forward. You can let the elbows be soft. And now we'll take the hands to the elbows, or excuse me, hands to the shoulders. That'd be a little odd. And we'll start to circle the elbows forward, back and around. And again, go as far back as you can, and then coming up and around. Think of circling from the center of the chest on out through the elbows, and then switch directions. Nice and soft in the knees, really churning up that space, that energy in the chest cavity around the heart space. Nice. And then shake it out. Just let things shake out, rock from side to side. And we'll start to twist. So just let the arms swing. Okay, getting some energy moving through the entire body here. You can lift the heel you're turning away from. Okay, twisting through the spine, all the way from the hips on up through the top of your head. You're welcome to stay looking forward if that gives you a little more stability. All right, but just getting things moving here. Let the arms be floppy for a moment. Feeling that twist through the spine, getting some movement, getting some motion is lotion. Our own body owner Leanne says, motion is lotion. So getting some movement, lubricating through the joints and the tissues. And then we'll make this a little more active. So bend the elbow and then draw the elbow across the body as you twist. So now, pulling that elbow back with some force as you twist from side to side. And just feeling the difference here. A little more intentional movement here. Nice, a few more rounds. And in a moment, I'm going to ask us to come to stillness and just feel the echo, the reverberation of all of this movement within the body. All right? So when you're ready, coming back to stillness, letting the arms be soft, letting the knees be soft. You can even close the eyes here. And start to notice. You may notice your heart beating. You may notice the change in the breath. You may notice some tingling or some warmth or some movement within the body, circulation. That's that life force, that life energy moving through us. That's what we want. That's what we don't quite get when we're constantly sitting in one spot, right? Okay, so let's start to work through the side body and through the whole torso around the chest here. Give us some more space. Reach the arms wide and up overhead and bend the elbows. And then grab your right wrist with your left hand. Reach up and over and side bend over to the left. So we're stretching through the right side, soften the knees. And try to visualize and sense, again, like we did when we were seated, all of this space. Really let the breath move into this space here, just underneath the rib cage, into that right lung. Inhaling and exhaling. And coming back through center, releasing and roll the shoulders up, back and down. Already feeling a little more space on that right side. Take your right arm forwards. Draw that arm forward and then wrap your left arm underneath. Now you can hug yourself here or you can wrap the arms off to one side. We're trying to get just behind that right shoulder, just between the right shoulder blade and the spine. So again, start with some movement, just moving the arms up and down, kind of in this sawing action, and put your mind in that space between the spine and that right shoulder blade there, feeling a little bit of a stretch maybe. Easy breath. And then release the elbows down, soften your knees, and start to round the upper back forward. Tuck your chin. And again, feeling that nice stretch just inside that right shoulder blade there. Breathing. And we'll stand back up tall and release. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. Getting into just behind the heart space now. And now a little chest opener. So you can bring your hands to the low back here, or you can interlace the fingers and draw the shoulders back to lift your chest. You can lift your chin a little bit, feeling all of that space, especially on that right side of the chest here, drawing the shoulders back. releasing, and we'll take that stretch to the on the right side again. So reach up and over and side bend again, same, over to that left side. But this time, can you put your attention just to the right of the spine? So inside, deep inside the body. Can we get a little space just on that right side of the spinal column there? We breathe into there, deep into the body. And then release, roll the shoulders, soften the knees, little bounce from side to side. Great. Pause and breathe. So notice what you notice, any difference from now that we've worked the right side, the front, and the back of the heart space, the chest space. Notice if you can get a little more satisfying breath there, if there's any energy, any liveliness on that right side. And then we look forward to the left. So reach the arms up and overhead, encircle your left wrist with your right hand, and side bend over to the right. And just as before, putting your attention in that outer edge, along that side body there, breathing, fanning that space between the ribs there on that left side. And then coming back through center, releasing the arms, rolling shoulders for a moment. And now working just inside the shoulder blade there on that left side. Reach your left arm forward, draw that arm forward, and then wrap the right arm underneath. You can hug or you can wrap, arms off to one side, and then little sawing movements up and down, up and down. Getting some space in the back body here. Making sure that we're breathing nice and easy. That breath brings that life force, that life energy, that rejuvenation to all our tissues here. Release the elbows, tuck your chin, bend your knees, and start to round the upper back a little bit until you feel that nice stretch. Again, just inside that left shoulder blade. When you're ready, release and roll the shoulders, and we'll take that chest opener. So if you're interlacing your fingers behind you, interlace the awkward way, or place your hands in your imaginary back pockets. Draw your elbows together, lift your chest. Welcome to lift your chin a little bit, but we're really focused on that space, that broadening across the chest, and especially in that left side of the chest here. Keeping that breath easy. And releasing there, rolling the shoulders. One more time, taking that side stretch to the same side. Inhale, and then side bend, exhale over to the right. This time, putting your attention just outside, just to that left of the spine. All right, so can you put your attention inside the body there? Getting a little more space on the left side of the spine. Noticing what's just enough effort to give you a little space. Then release, roll the shoulders one more time, shake it out. And then pause. Let yourself close the eyes. And again, notice any balance between right and left side, front to back of the chest, cavity here. Notice if you can get a little more satisfying breath in and out. Notice if you're standing a little taller now. I know I am. Great. And then from here, we'll come back to seated. So finding your chair or your prop, and finding a way to arrange yourself to sit up nice and tall so that the low back is lifted, the chest is lifted here. And notice if you feel any more ease in sitting up a little taller now that we've done just a few simple movements here. It doesn't take much. You can close the eyes and turn inward for a few moments. And can you catch hold of the space within the body, maybe behind the navel towards the spine? And once you catch hold of that space, can you allow the mind to rest there, between the navel and the spine? As you inhale, allowing the breath to nourish the body, fill the spaces within the body with life, energy for the rest of your day. Confidence, ease, calm, joy. And as you exhale, releasing tension, disturbance, anything that does not serve you. Inhaling to rejuvenate and enliven, exhaling to let go. Stay here for as long as you like. When you're ready to move on with your day, then gently draw the hands together at heart center. As you inhale, lift the chest into the thumbs. As you exhale, gently bow the forehead towards the fingertips. Today, as you move forward, my friends, may you find more spaciousness and ease in your thoughts, your words, and your heart. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. Blink the eyes open and return as you're ready. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Thank you so much for spending time on you, your mental, physical, and emotional well-being. And I look forward to seeing you during our next practice.